Hello friends, welcome back. I'm going to teach you the easiest trading strategy maybe probably you have not tried, or you have tried but you have not properly used it and making it simple for you. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you, mentor you on how to use it and to make it very simple and presentable to you. In this case, you have to approach the market with this mindset. Forex is simple. Everything that happens in your analysis, in your chart, have to be very simple. Make your chart simple and neat. Then you will now see what actually I have been seeing that you have not seen. You are going to learn it now and you will appreciate this teaching this moment. Let's dive into the chart as we do an analysis on GBP USD for the week. So let's use this strategy and see how it works. Mind you, you need to have knowledge about market structure and Fibonacci. These are the most important information you need to have at your fingertips. Let's dive into the chart. So we are on the chart. Let's go to GBP USD. Now this is USD card. All right. GBP USD. As I said, we will always move to the higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. Most day traders don't use the weekly time frame. They always use the 4 hours. From the 4 hours time frame, they move down to their 1 hour. Then they execute their trades in 30 minutes and 15 minutes. Why I use the weekly time frame, it gives me a broader picture of where the market will be heading though within the next 1 or 2 weeks. In that, it will guide me on how to take my trades when I come down to 4 hours and the 30 minutes. This is the weekly time frame. At this uh, at, at the weekly in the weekly time frame, our target is to draw the key zones. These key zones will help us to understand where the market will be heading to from one zone to another key zone. I use the word key zones. All right. We are going to mark the immediate zones. I can see this. Look at this. Can you see that? We are in the weekly time frame. Can you see? Look at that. Good. We are looking at the immediate zones. Can spot another clean zone. Can you see? Look at this. Wow. Look what happened. This zone was tested. What year was that? That was around 2009, 2009. This zone was tested. It was tested. It was tested. Can you see? Can you see? Traders, please take note of this. Look at that. So this zone got broken. Let's zoom out and see what plays there. Wow. You can see GBP USD has been in this zone for about, we are getting to about 2 months. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are weekly candles. Look what I mean. Just look at this area. Look at this. For about 1 month, GBPUSD has been in this zone. This week, GBP closes strong. Can you see how healthy this weekly candle is? Can you see? Traders, can you see? What does that tell you? This new week, we'll be looking for serious buy. Don't even think of selling. Look at this. Though I don't use trend lines, but can you see what I'm seeing? Look. Can you see? Can you see? I don't need it. Look what weekly time frame is telling us. You don't just start trading from the 4 hour. It's okay. If it works for you, fine. But this is one of the secrets that you need to know. Let me just draw this zone. Actually, I don't need it, but it will guide me to see how the market has been reacting. Now look at it. The market came to this zone, rally all the way down. Came to this zone here, rally all the way to the downside. But this area seems very strong. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It tested it again and it starts moving upward. Weekly time frame is telling us a buy. Actually, we don't need this zone. We need this zone and this zone. Let me lock it. So this is what the weekly time frame have told me. In this new week, all I'm looking for is just buy, because a major zone has been broken. A major key zone that has been tested since 2009 has been broken, and it took GBPUSD for a very long time, for about a month or more, to break that particular zone. Not just breaking that zone, it closes with a strong. Can you see that? Let me zoom it. Can you see that? Closes with a very strong weekly candle. We have gotten the picture. The market is buy, and we are expecting to buy this market all the way to this zone. But as day traders, we are going to take it bit by bit as the structure is being formed along as the trade moves up. This week, GBPUSD, based on weekly analysis, buy. What did I say? Buy. Now, let's move down to the 4 hours. I told you, let your chart to be very, very neat. Can you see? Look at this. In the 4 hours, we are trying to look or get a structure. This was the previous, where the previous structure starts. This is the low of the previous structure, this area. What happened? And this was the high, and this was the high, this area of the previous structure in the 4 hours time frame. Take note, in the 4 hours time frame, this was the previous structure. What now happened? A new structure is formed, which broke this previous high. This is what you need. Forex is not really as difficult as we think. You just have to know what works for you and stick to it. Simple as ABC. Let's get back to the chart. Currently, I pick my tools. This is my current low. I think I should make this a little bit dark, or let me make this one light. Let me make this light so that there can be difference. Good. What do? We'll zoom in. This is what I always do. Watch the way I'm doing. I take from this area, I drag it down all the way to this level. This is my 4-hour structure. And I want to pass a very, very important note, important message. Forget about what they call other block, ICT, whatever language. In fact, if you can use your own local dialect, use it. If you can come up with your own language or system, go ahead with it. Don't allow this sound terminology to distract you, to make the chart look more complicated to you. Just follow these simple rules and procedures, and you are good to go. You make your money when you want to make your money. You make good money from the market, and sometimes you also make losses because you cannot predict the market. Let's go back to the chart. Now, this is now my current low. This is my current high. Take note, we are just assuming this is the high. The market can just begin in this new week and start moving upward. So once it moves upward, then this region is no longer validated. That's why in the market, you just trade what you see. But in the course of this analysis, let's assume this is our high. I will just draw it like this. I zoom in. Remember, I told you your Fibonacci. Pick it up. This is what I do. Watch me. Very simple. I'm going to explain something very important about this Fibonacci. Good. Now, if you look at my Fibonacci, I drew it with a rectangular box. But for me, there is something I'm seeing. Look at this. This area, this line, this top red line is my 50% fib. I don't do that, but in the course of my teaching, I want to pass a message and make it clear to you to see how I execute and analyze my trade. Then this is my 61.8% fib. Can you see that? So this box, rectangular box if you want to call it, it has a meaning. The upper side of it is my 50 fib. The lower part of it is my 61%, 61.8 fib. In the recent, I don't do this on my chart. So it's just to pass a message to you. I have to remove it. Remember, one of the rules, make it clean and what? Simple. So I've gotten that. I will now place my buy, and I always target 1:3. If there's no 1:3, I don't take such trades. If I want to risk, I risk properly to make good money from the market, because there are days where certainly there will be losses in the market. Those good days, you made a lot of money, will cover up for your losses. If I'm not seeing 1:3, I don't take such trade. I don't take 1:2. I always take 1:3 and above. Let's see what this gives us. I'm seeing, what do I see? Seeing about 230 pips. I just make it 230 pips. Let's raise 50 pips. Let's leave it like this. So we're risking 1 to make about 4, 1:4 on this trade. I will now move down to 30 minutes to adjust it, to see, because this is where I take my entries. Good. So this is my first entry. Let me go back to the 4 hours. My second entry. I want to risk 70 pips. We're making about almost about 1:6, if I'm not mistaken, on this trade. Move down to my 30 minutes. Okay. Good. This is just all I need in my trade. Let me go back to 4 hours. So, like as I've always said, this kind of an aggressive trader when I come into the market. When I come into the market, let's hope that the pullback or the retracement will continue from here all the way down to this zone. Don't forget, I said this 50% Fibonacci, then this, sorry, then this 61% Fib. So what do? I take my pending order in between 50 Fib and 61 0.8 fib. That is when I execute my trade using pending orders most of the time. Most of the time. Sometimes I may just wait for this zone to be tested, this zone to be tested, then see a very strong reversal candle, then not most of the time, I will not join the trade. It happens when I've missed the trade or I was not opportune to quickly do analysis before I saw that opportunity. That is when most of the time, I do take such trade. So this is what I always do in the market. This is trade. This is entry number one. Sorry, please. I did not lock this stuff. Don't forget we are risking 50 pips on this. Let me lock it. This is my first entry for the day. If it takes me out, I'm waiting for you to come to this zone. If it does not, if it takes me out, most of the time it might not take me out. And you cannot predict the market. With Forex, anything can happen. You take what the market gives you. Sometimes it's not that your judgments are wrong, but the market is just the market. So when it comes to this zone, I take my second entry. If it takes me out for a loss, I'm done for the day. That is how this simple strategy has helped me. And if it takes me out all the way, it breaks this zone, at this point, I'm no longer looking for a buy. I'll be looking for a sell. So a reversal has occurred. And what I do next, I wait for a pullback. Not just a pullback. I don't trade break and retest. I wait for that pullback all the way to a new fib. So what I trade is Fibonacci and a pure market structure. Make it neat, make it simple. That is all you need. In summary, what I did, I went to the weekly time frame, draw my immediate key zones, strong zones. Look at this zone, look at it. It's very, very strong. This is the immediate zone. Look at it. It was tested since 2009. It took about a week or two, a month or two for the weekly candle to break this zone. And after this zone, another key strong zone we are looking up to is this. And you can see, let me zoom. You can see the strong, healthy candle the weekly candle closes with. It's a clear indication that we are looking for buy this week. I scale down to my 4 hours, get the current low, and I assume this to be the current high. As I said, the market might break and keep moving, keep pushing. If it breaks, fine, we will not be in that trade until our rules are strictly followed. If not, we just fold our hands and keep watching. Maybe check other pairs to see what we can get out of it. If this helped clear up your trading, do me a favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so that I can give you more series on this and to give you more details on how I take my trades, execute my trades, and analyze my trade. In this channel, don't forget, we encourage we motivate, and we guide you here in the Encouraged Businessman.